Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm Kathy Parkin for Joe Fryer.
And I'm Savannah Sellers right now on Morning News Now. Freedom breaking this morning. Brittney Griner back home on American soil. The WNBA star touching down in Texas after 10 months behind bars in Russia.
What's your mood?
Happy.
Happy? Well, are you ready for long flight?
Yes.
Plus, new information on the high-profile prisoner swap that secured Griner's release. We have full coverage this morning. Also left behind, that deal between Washington and Moscow notably excluded another imprisoned American. Businessman and former Marine Paul Whelan is still in Russian custody this morning after nearly 4 years.
This was not a choice of which American to bring home. The choice was one or none.
We're going to talk to Whelan's sister for more on her family's reaction to Griner's release and the efforts now to bring Paul home. And Senate shakeup. We're following breaking news this morning. Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema announces she's leaving the Democratic Party, her reason for the move, and what it means for Democrats' slim majority in the Senate. And pumping the brakes. You could call it an early Christmas present for drivers. Gas prices are now lower than they were at this time last year. What's driving down prices, plus how long the relief at the pump could last. We are so happy to have you at home with us on this Friday. So happy to have you here.
I know. It's so good to be back and ending the week on a high note.
Yeah, somebody said to me, this week's been a long month.
Yeah,
That's what it's
I think you could say that.
Right?
It's the holidays,
Yeah,
though.
exactly. But exactly. Happy holidays also to you at home. We begin this morning, of course, with the latest on Brittney Griner, who is now back home in the United States this morning.
Yeah, Griner arrived in San Antonio, Texas, after she was released from a Russian penal colony in exchange for Russian prisoner Viktor Bout. Griner was sentenced to 9 years in prison after being convicted for having cannabis oil in her luggage at an airport in February. President Biden signed off on the trade. As for Bout, he returned home to Russia last night after more than a decade in U.S. custody. He was serving a 25-year sentence for providing weapons and other materials to terrorist organizations. The announcement of the prisoner swap came as a huge surprise to the entire world. And yesterday, President Biden shared a video the moment he told Griner's wife that Brittney would be coming home.
Stop it. Great day. This is such a good day. Oh my God.
And we have full coverage this morning, including a reaction from former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, John Herbst, and the latest reporting from NBC News foreign correspondent Josh Lederman. We will also speak with Paul Whelan's sister, Elizabeth Whelan, to discuss her brother who remains in Russian custody. But we begin with NBC News correspondent Marissa Parra, who joins us now from San Antonio, Texas, where Griner landed just hours ago. Marissa, good morning to you. So we know Griner has had quite the journey traveling back to the U.S. from the United Arab Emirates, where the swap with Viktor Bout took place. Describe the scene for us in Texas this morning. Has she been reunited with family yet? So what's the status on the ground right now?
Right. So that moment that you saw that plane land happened just over 2 hours ago. And then you saw a person who matches Griner's description, someone very tall, getting off of the plane before heading into the hangar. Now, we understand what comes next was heading over here to the Brooke Army Medical Center. Now, the U.S. Special Presidential Envoy tweeted, quote, "So happy to have Brittney back on U.S. soil. Welcome home, BG." And of course, you mentioned that really emotional moment between President Joe Biden and Brittney's wife, Sherelle. And the plan the entire time has been for both of them to reunite once Griner landed here on U.S. soil. So we imagine that that's happening right now behind closed doors. And of course, they have a lot to talk about and catch up on.
Absolutely. Do we have any idea the plans for Brittney Griner at this point? I know it's still a little early, and she just arrived on U.S. soil.
Yeah, so the main plan right now, I think, is just to make sure that she is okay, mind, body, and spirit, right? So Brooke Army Medical Center is a place where they typically bring people who have been in similar situations. I mean, look at 2014. We had U.S. Army soldier Bo Bergdahl was brought here after he was held captive by Taliban allies. And then earlier this year, we had Trevor Reed, who was brought here for a medical evaluation. So this is a pretty standard routine thing. And as far as what happens when they're here, I think that really comes down to the state of the person. So we understand, according to the State Department yesterday in interviews on MSNBC and NBC News Now, they were telling us that that's going to be a conversation with Griner. And this is going to be something that they work together on, how she feels physically and mentally. Remember, this was roughly a 10-month ordeal. So there's probably a lot going on in her mind, and they want to make sure that she's doing okay in all health aspects.
All right, Marissa Parra joining us live from San Antonio, Texas. Please keep us posted.
We're joined now by Paul Whelan's sister, Elizabeth Whelan. Her brother, who's a corporate security executive, remains jailed in Russia and is serving a 16-year sentence after he was accused of spying, something the U.S. has denied. Elizabeth, good morning. Thank you for joining us during what I'm sure is just a tough time filled with mixed emotions for your family. I first want to start by getting your reaction to Brittney Griner's return to the U.S. Your brother, David, had written a statement that really was so gracious and generous about the joy there. But, of course, while you're going through what is a tough time for your family, first just tell me what was going through your mind when you were told of her release.
Well, I'm very pleased to begin with to hear that, she has been released. Any American coming home from wrongful detention like that is really welcome. There are over 60 Americans being held in 19 different countries around the world, and anyone coming home is great. Of course, we want Paul home as well. And, I am pretty angry at Russia for purposefully making this situation so that the administration, had only one deal that they could make and basically refusing to include Paul in that. This is the action of a weak, hostile nation to take Americans and hold them trying to coerce our government into actions.
We know your brother actually spoke with CNN, and he said he's disappointed more has not been done to secure his release. Have you had any contact with Paul since Griner's release from custody? I know yesterday in your brother's statement, David, your brother, had kind of mentioned, I'm worried about when he's going to hear this news, likely from Russian media. How is he doing now? What does he know? What's the latest?
Well, luckily, he did in April hear the news about Trevor from the Russian media. This time, thankfully, a senior official from the administration was able to call Paul in the prison in Russia and let him know what was going on and to reassure him that the fight would continue. But of course he's disappointed. He's been there for 4 years, set up by the Russians on false charges, and he wants to know when he's coming home. And he's not privy to the kind of information that we are here about actions that have been taken during this time. Of course, we're concerned about how he continues to survive this ordeal.
Let's talk now, about those actions. I mean, NBC News has reported, and we heard from the president, that people familiar with negotiations for Paul's release say Russians refused to free him without getting a Russian spy in return. There was not able to be this 2-for-1 deal that they'd hoped. But the U.S. insists it has no Russian spies in custody. There's been some speculation that maybe Germany could help because they do. But are you worried about now what the options are to get your brother out? And are you hearing at all from the Biden administration about potential paths?
To hear him from that prison in Russia where he is being held, he never committed a crime, and he wants to know, when is he going to come home?
Absolutely. Elizabeth, thank you so much for talking with us through this difficult time. We are thinking of your family. We are thinking, of course, of your brother, Paul, a former Marine whose service we are grateful for. We will, of course, continue following this story closely. We appreciate your time very much this morning.
Thank you.
And we want to continue this conversation, so let's bring in Josh Letterman and Ambassador John Herbst now. So, Josh, let's start with you. As we said, obviously great news for Brittney Griner, but a major disappointment for Paul Whelan and his family, as you just heard. Walk us through why the Biden administration couldn't secure Whelan's release this time around.
Well, from the very get-go, the Biden administration tried to arrange a deal with Russia in which they'd be able to bring home both Brittney Griner and Paul Whelan. But as we have been hearing, the Russians really treated Paul's case very differently because they say that he was a spy. And just to remind people of some of the background on this case, Paul Whelan was arrested in a Moscow hotel room by the FSB in 2018. They say that they caught him red-handed with a flash drive containing classified information. Whelan says he was in Russia for a wedding and was was set up by a Russian friend. He says he thought that that flash drive just simply contained photographs, and the U.S. has insisted that he is wrongfully detained, that these are sham allegations against him. But the fact of the matter is, it became clear that the Russians were not going to treat his case, an espionage case, the same way they treated Brittney Griner's case, which was essentially a drug possession case. And that has led to this breakdown where there have been very few options for the U.S. To really move forward in trying to secure his release. Here is how Secretary of State Antony Blinken described that difficult decision.
This was not a choice about which American to bring home. The choice was, in this instance, one or none, because unfortunately, Russia has continued to see Paul's case through the lens of sham espionage charges. In this moment, we were not able to secure Paul's release. But going forward, we remained absolutely determined to do that. And we will continue to engage the Russians on Paul, and we'll continue to look at everything possible to bring him home.
And that is a message that we've heard not just from Blinken, but also from President Biden, from the national security team at the White House, really from all of the top officials in the Biden administration, insisting that they are not done fighting to bring Paul Whelan home. But clearly it is going to be a longer journey home from him, with the Russians taking a very different position on his case.
Absolutely. Ambassador Herbst, let's bring you in here. Obviously, just talking with Elizabeth, Paul's sister, this sort of graciousness that this family is showing as they're dealing with this. David, I think notably in his statement yesterday, said that the Biden administration made the right call by securing Griner's release. Do you agree with that this was the right call, knowing that it couldn't be a 2-for-1 to exchange Brittney for Victor Bout?
Look, it's clear that the Biden administration was in a very difficult situation. And they're in that difficult situation because there was a great clamor for her release. And the Russians understood that, which is why they worked out a deal that was wonderful for them and not so good for us. It's great that Brittney Griner's home. It's dreadful that Whelan is there. It's dreadful that we had to give up a true monster, a great criminal, Victor Bout, to get her out, and we couldn't even get Whelan out. But that's because the Russians correctly assessed that the pressure on the Biden administration to get Brittney Griner's release was very heavy, and they played it for all it's worth. That's unfortunate.
And Josh, I want to go back to you and play a clip from Paul Whelan's exclusive interview on CNN yesterday. Take a listen.
I would say that if a message could go to President Biden that, this is a precarious situation that needs to be resolved quickly. And I would hope that he and his administration would do everything they could to get me home, regardless of the price they might have to pay at this point.
Yeah, you just heard it there. He hopes the Biden administration will do everything it can, regardless of price, to get him back home. Do we know what options are on the table right now?
Yeah, that is the big question, right? What is the price that could actually bring Paul Whelan home at this point in time? I don't think anyone in the Biden administration would disagree with what Paul just said there. They get the precariousness of this. They want him home as badly as anyone else. But the fact of the matter is, historically, it is likely that Russia is going to demand something that's more like a tit-for-tat exchange. If they consider him to be a spy, they were going to want to try to do this in some type of a spy exchange. That creates a very difficult situation, given that the U.S. has been very adamant in insisting in the first place that they do not consider him a spy. And so at this point, it is not clear what kind of options may be on the table for the U.S. to continue to pursue this going forward, although U.S. officials very insistent this is not the end of their efforts to bring Paul Whelan home.
All right, Ambassador Herbst, thank you. And Josh Letterman, who, congratulations, and a little bit of news is in order for. He'll be heading across the pond to our London bureau to be a foreign correspondent for us, which is very exciting. Josh, congratulations. Thank you both for your time.
Congrats.
We appreciate your analysis and reporting this morning. And turning now to some breaking news on Capitol Hill, Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema is now leaving the Democratic Party and now will be registered as an independent. Sinema announced her decision in an op-ed published this morning in the Arizona Republic. In it, she writes that she's walking away from the, quote, broken partisan system in Washington. And here's some more NBC News. We've got our newest White House correspondent, Ali Rafa, joining us now with more on this breaking news from Capitol Hill, which she has been covering for us for a year now very faithfully and done a fantastic job. But she will be joining our White House crew. So first, Ali, congratulations on that. But let's get to this announcement. Walk us through Senator Sinema's decision here to become an independent and what we've heard from her so far.
Yeah, Savannah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This breaking news this morning on Capitol Hill with Senator Kyrsten Sinema announcing in this op-ed and video statement that she is going to become a registered independent. She says in this announcement, a quote from, as you mentioned, from the broken partisan system in Washington. She says when she was elected to the Senate, she agreed to work with both parties to be able to get legislation done. An approach she admits is rare and has, quote, upset partisans in both parties. She adds, quote, like a lot of Arizonans, I have never fit perfectly in either national party. Becoming an independent won't change my work in the Senate. My service to Arizona remains the same. But Savannah, this is going to come as a shock to Democrats this morning who have just secured that Senate majority with even a one-seat cushion with that recent reelection of Senator Warnock in Georgia. My colleague Mike Memoli at the White House has some new reporting this morning about the notice that President Biden was given. He says that he was called and informed of Senator Sinema's yesterday afternoon. But per a White House official, Sinema says she will continue to caucus with the Democrats. She will now become the third independent to do so, along with Senator Bernie Sanders and Angus King. Savannah.
Yeah, so you mentioned she will continue to caucus with the Democrats. So tell us, does this mean anything for the balance of power in the Senate going into the new year or for committee assignments?
Well, the big drama on Capitol Hill the past 2 years in this evenly divided Senate has been where do Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin stand on key votes, because Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer knew he needed their support to get anything passed. And that will likely not change because per this White House official, she says she's still going to caucus with the Democrats, but it'll be still tough for Schumer to wrangle these votes together. It also puts a renewed focus on where Manchin stands in all of this. Sinema actually gave an interview to Politico where she says she doesn't expect the Senate structure to change because of her decision. And it is true to an extent because Democrats will still keep their majority. They'll still likely keep their control over committees, but it won't be as much of a cushion that they thought they had with Senator Warnock's reelection. As I mentioned, more of a focus on Manchin. This is also putting a renewed focus on 2024 and whether Sinema will run for reelection. Politico asked her about that in this interview. She declined to give a response, but this is likely going to inspire some Democrats to step into this race and try to win back this seat and flip it back to a Democratic seat, Savannah. All right,
Ali Rafa, thank you so much.
Turning now to history made on Capitol Hill. The House voted yesterday to pass the landmark Respect for Marriage Act by a margin of 258 to 169. And while its passage is delivering a sigh of relief to many in the LGBTQ community, some advocates say the bill doesn't go far enough, especially for those living in vulnerable states. NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns takes a closer look.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
A landmark bill is headed to the president's desk. Congress passing the Respect for Marriage Act with bipartisan support. The bill codifies same-sex and interracial marriage with legal protections for married couples in every state.
This specific piece of legislation is sort of a backup plan if the Supreme Court rolls back marriage equality.
And yet it comes with some criticism from both Republicans.
This is yet another step toward the Democrats' goal of dismantling the traditional family.
And from some members of the LGBTQ community, the very people it's meant to support.
I'm very happy that we're doing it, yet we're doing it in reaction to a Supreme Court justice who has said that they want to roll back our rights.
Especially those living in more conservative states.
As a member of the community in the state of Tennessee, I am deeply worried about the ability for all of our members of our community to thrive.
Phil Cabucci met his partner of 7 years at a Pride event in Nashville, Tennessee, a state that has seen 31 anti-LGBTQ bills introduced this year alone, more than any other state in the U.S.
We still don't feel like we have full equity in this country.
Kabuchi says that even though same-sex marriage currently remains the law of the land under the Supreme Court's ruling in Obrigafell versus Hodges, he feels like his basic rights are still at risk.
There has been an attempt to dismantle marriage equality in the state of Tennessee every single year in our state legislature. I want to be able to celebrate the incredible movement that we have made, but the reality is that there's still so much more work that needs to be done.
According to the Human Rights Campaign, over half of U.S. states can still deny LGBTQ Americans basic freedoms like the right to rent a home or the ability to receive public goods and services.
We need to change that.
The bipartisan efforts behind the Respect for Marriage Act might be a beacon of hope for future bills.
This is an important step towards us getting a little bit freer and closer to equality, because at the end of the day, this isn't just about a marriage ceremony.
This year, public support for legal same-sex marriage hit a new high of 71% in Gallup tracking polls, up from just 27% in 1996 when Gallup first began polling the issue.
I'm hopeful by this moment, but I'm also very clear that the fight has not ended. A new chapter has just begun.
Dasha Burns, NBC News.
All right, I think it's a good time now to get a check of your morning News Now weather.
It's not a good time. It's a great time. It's a great time.
Always
it's not
a great
good time.
It's a great time because you're here. Bill's here on a Friday. Woohoo!
Yeah, good Friday to you guys. Great to be here. So we're going to talk about a little mini snowstorm, and then we're going to talk about a huge storm coming into the west. And then at the end of this upcoming weekend, we may even have some snow in the northeast. So all of a sudden, we've had a kind of quiet weather pattern, and now things are starting to ramp up. Winter's returning. If you've been one of those people enjoying the warm weather, it looks like that's going to quickly come to an end. So for today, we are waking up this morning and we're probably, got to get outside. You have to clear the driveway a little bit. We have to get the snow off the car, mostly in northern Iowa, southern Minnesota, and snowing pretty good right now in southern Wisconsin. Unfortunately for the kids in Chicago and the teachers too, no snow day for you. And it's all rain and a cold rain too. And it looks like in Milwaukee, you may briefly get some snow and go over to rain. So we have winter weather advisories in effect. Again, Madison to La Crosse in the areas around Cedar Rapids. It does not include Milwaukee or Chicago. Additional snow to what's already on the ground. This area from Madison to Rockford is pretty much the worst of it. That's where another 3 to 4, maybe an isolated 5 inches will occur. So that's not bad. That's enough that'll probably get you a snow day in those areas because it's already snowing pretty hard. And then for the west, this huge storm is coming on shore. This storm is going to be one we're going to talk about for at least 7 days. That's how long it's going to take to go from the Pacific Northwest all the way to the East Coast. 90-mile-per-hour winds are possible on the coastline of Oregon, isolated power outages. San Francisco is going to have a very windy Saturday morning, up to 1 to maybe even 2 inches of rain. And even into Saturday night, if you've seen any pictures from the west, the skiing from Mammoth to Tahoe, it's been incredible. And we need it. You've heard about the drought that's going on for like 20 years in the west. So we're building up some snowpack, which is great. Eventually that melts and goes into the reservoirs. And we're going to get 3 to 5 feet from this storm alone. Last week, we had another storm that gave us 3 to 5 feet. So this is gold for areas of the west. Now, of course, if you have travel plans, it's not, but we need the water. And this storm system will also bring some rain to the lower elevations. Not a lot, but enough. And so the rainfall totals locally up to 5 inches, especially lower elevations where you're not getting the snow. And eventually we'll get some down here to the mountains outside of LA. Not as much as to the north in California, but some of it. So let's get to today's forecast and show you what we're going to be dealing with across the country. We are going to be watching temperatures pretty seasonable this time of year in areas of the east. It's been really gloomy lately in areas of the southeast and Tennessee Valley. Temperatures have been hovering, about normal, but kind of cloudy. A lot of people are begging to see some sunshine. It doesn't look like a lot even into Saturday. And Kathy, Savannah gets really excited when it's finally going to snow. She's addicted to snow angels.
Is she?
And so she's been just
I have the opposite feeling. I'd like to run away from snow.
She's been waiting for the snow. There's a chance you're going to see some snow Monday. I don't know if there's going to be enough for snow angels, but
I think you should broadcast outside when that's the case.
I hope you can take it. Bill turns into a big complainer because he doesn't like to shovel, and we'll hear about it all season.
It's a lot of work.
I don't want to shovel Monday.
Just a little flurry.
Sounds like you won't have to.
Some flurries might be pretty.
I do love the snow. Yeah. He's pulling my leg on the snow angels thing because he likes to just throw me right under a bus. All right, Bill. Thank you.
All right, and coming up, slowing down. Gas prices on the decline just as a Christmas time travel season ramps up.
When we come back here on Morning News Now, we'll tell you what's behind the drop and how long it's expected to last. Stay with us.
Welcome back. You may have noticed lately the pain at the pump might just be getting a little more bearable.
Yeah, according to Gas Buddy, prices are now lower than they were last year. And get this, they may continue to drop through the holidays. CNBC correspondent Perry Rassam is in Chicago with more on this. Perry, good morning to you. So just how far have we seen gas prices fall over the past few months, and which parts of the country are seeing the biggest dips?
So in terms of parts of the country that are seeing the biggest drop right now, we are seeing the West Coast and then the Great Lakes region. Pay no attention to that number behind me, that 430 number. Right now we're in Chicago where prices are typically higher. Nationwide, it's about $3.30 a gallon. So if you were filling up today on that 330 number, right now it's going to cost you about $41 to fill up. But compare that to what numbers were like in June, where we saw that $5 a gallon number is about $70 to fill up then. So we are seeing an average of 4 fill-ups per month. That's saving people about $1,000 a year. That's a lot of money. And then these are some of the states where we're seeing the largest drop in just the last month. And they're all right here in the Great Lakes region. We're seeing Wisconsin, Indiana, Michigan, all dropping about 85 cents in just the last month.
So, Perry, let's get right to it here. I mean, why is this happening? What's behind the drop? Obviously, it's good news. Don't get me wrong, but tell us what's going on.
So that was our question to Gas Buddy. Why is this happening so quickly, as you guys have been mentioning earlier? But typically this time of year, we normally see a seasonal drop when people aren't really vacationing as much, not driving by car, doing those long distance driving. But there are two main issues that we are seeing here. One being China. China is the world's third largest consumer of gasoline, and they have that zero COVID policy that is now starting to be relaxed. So they are not using as much. That has been boosting supply. And number two is refineries, where the gasoline has been made. We talked with the Gas Buddy yesterday about that.
Refinery maintenance season is largely behind us, and refineries have operated at unseasonably high rates. That's been good news. They've been producing a lot more gasoline and diesel.
And we spoke with Patrick Ahan yesterday, who gave us some perspective on all of this, saying this is the largest drop in gasoline prices we have seen since the recession of 2008.
Wow.
Perry, the holidays are just around the corner. What can we expect to see in the next couple of weeks?
So Patrick was telling us that we could get below $3 a gallon by Christmas, and then once the new year hits, slowly those numbers will start to go back up.
Huh. Good news there, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Perry Wessam, thanks so much.
Thank you. And let's get you some international headlines, starting with a new set of changes meant to strengthen the UK economy.
Yeah, Claudio Lavanga joins us now with that and much more. Good morning, Claudio.
Good morning. Yes, the package of reforms that has just been announced by the UK government is being called a financial big bang, the biggest overhaul of financial regulations in that country for 30 years. Some of the changes include the review of the rule that forced banks to separate retail banking from riskier investments. Also, the cap on bankers' bonuses will be scrapped. And let's go to Peru, where following the arrest of former President Pedro Castillo, hundreds of people took to the streets of the capital, Lima, to protest. Police fired tear gas to stop protesters from getting close to Congress. Castillo was arrested on Wednesday after he tried to dissolve parliament and replace it with an emergency government. And let's go to Japan, where fashion mogul Yusaku Maezawa has named the space crew that will join him on a trip around the moon. The mission, called Dear Moon, is run by SpaceX and is expected to take off next year. Among the lucky astronauts is the American DJ Steve Aoki and Tim Dodd, a YouTuber better known as Everyday Astronauts. Everyday astronaut. I mean, I never heard of him, but apparently he's famous. And after that mission, I guess he can change that name in Astronaut for a Day. Or something like that.
That's true.
Exactly. Wow. Seeing all these celebrities who are just like, yeah, let's go to space.
I know.
I don't know. I don't think I'd do it. All right, Claudia, thank you so much. Coming up, Celine Dion canceling her world tour after being diagnosed with a rare condition.
After the break, we'll share the singer's emotional announcement. This is Morning News Now.
Welcome back. Singer Celine Dion has canceled the rest of her Courage World Tour after revealing she has a rare neurological disorder that causes daily muscle spasms and is even affecting her voice. Our Joe Fryer has the details.
As you know, I've always been an open book. And I wasn't ready to say anything before. But I'm ready now.
It's an emotional message from a music icon to her fans.
I've been dealing with problems with my health for a long time.
In an Instagram video, Celine Dion revealed she's been suffering from a rare and debilitating medical condition.
I've been diagnosed with a very rare neurological disorder called stiff person syndrome.
Stiff person syndrome, often called SPS, targets a person's central nervous system. No cure is known, and it's unclear what causes it, and people may experience muscle spasms.
We now know this is what's been causing all of the spasms that I've been having.
Holding back tears, the 5-time Grammy Award-winning singer announced she's postponing the rest of her Courage World Tour.
Unfortunately, these spasms affect every aspect of my daily life, sometimes causing difficulties when I walk and not allowing me to use my vocal cords to sing the way I'm used to.
Thank you so much, everybody! It's a painful setback for the artist who sang the soundtrack of our hearts and heartbreaks. With songs like All By Myself and record-breaking hits like My Heart Will Go On.
I always give 100% when I do my shows, but my condition is not allowing me to give you that right now.
But throughout her decades-long career, it's her fans who've always taken center stage.
I want to thank you so much for your encouraging wishes of love and support.
Those messages of optimism are like medicine to the artist as she works with a team of doctors to build back her strength and get back on stage.
I love you guys so much. And I really hope I can see you again real soon.
Joe Fryer, NBC News.
Definitely rooting for her. Turning now to a troubling trend, the rise of Child Protective Service investigations into black families. This racial disparity is an issue across America, but is particularly high in one county in Arizona. Here's NBC News correspondent Stephanie Gosk with that story.
Phoenix, Arizona. When single mom Nida Richards moved her family here in 2015, it felt like a fresh start.
If I would have known what I know now, I would have never came here.
After she gave birth to her youngest daughter, hospital staff decided to drug test her. Richards says she didn't use drugs, but her daughter's test came back positive for amphetamine.
I just kind of lost it at that time. I kind of knew the end results of it.
A caseworker with the state's Department of Child Safety came to investigate. That was stressful.
That was beyond stressful. That was degrading.
Case records Richards provided to NBC News and ProPublica show it was found to be a false positive. Just months later, Richards was investigated again when she brought the same daughter to the hospital after she fell off the couch.
I feel like Target.
Why?
The color. The color of my skin.
Nationwide, black children are more likely than white children to experience a child welfare investigation and enter foster care. But Maricopa County, which includes Phoenix, stands out among the nation's largest counties with one of the highest rates of investigation for black families, according to federal data analyzed by ProPublica and NBC News. Between 2015 and 2019, more than 1 in 3 black children in the county experienced a DCS investigation. That's nearly 3 times the rate of white children.
Our community is being stripped of its children.
Former DCS caseworker Matthew Stewart grew up fighting for civil rights alongside his pastor father. He left the department after 10 years, disenchanted.
I'm at an agency who I don't believe was treating black families with justice. I was ashamed, to be honest.
Mike Faust is the director of the Department of Child Safety.
Do you think that bias is behind it?
It raises a lot of questions. I think we must always consider bias in our decision-making, but there's a lot of other factors other than just bias that weigh in. If it was solely bias, then doing more training on bias would fix racial disparity.
According to DCS, since 2016, the number of children of all races in foster care has dropped by 30%, in part because the agency has reduced how many families are investigated in the first place. But the most recent data shows statewide the disparity between white and black families investigated by DCS has actually grown. Faust acknowledges there's still work to be done.
We haven't gotten to this point across the country on racial disparity in foster care or any youth-serving system overnight. This has happened over decades, and so it takes a long period of time to engage in a very different way.
Stewart, the former caseworker, now runs a nonprofit dedicated to helping black families impacted by the system. He meets with Faust every month.
I'm hopeful that will make a change, but it really will take that strong message across the state to say this is how we will treat families.
In Nida Richards' cases, both investigations were closed, finding no evidence of abuse or neglect. But the damage, according to Richards, was already done.
I've worked hard my whole life, and to allow the system to come and tell me my best ain't good enough. I protected, I provided, I've housed, and I've fed all my kids by myself.
Instead of suspicion, she says, what she needed was support. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, Phoenix.
Eye-opening report. And coming up, more trouble for TikTok.
Yeah, when we come back, the lawsuit against the app accusing it of endangering children. You're watching Morning News Now.
Welcome back. Turning now to Maryland, where a fight over a multi-million-dollar land development deal has uncovered a mostly forgotten historically black cemetery. Descendants of the formerly enslaved people who are buried there are now fighting to preserve their ancestors' legacy. Here's NBC News correspondent Tremaine Lee.
Oh, yeah. 78-year-old Harvey Matthews grew up on a small farm in Bethesda, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C.
That tree is the one that my mom and my dad planted. Right there, when I was about 9 years old.
Back then, most families in the surrounding areas were black, descended from newly emancipated African Americans who settled here shortly after the Civil War. For nearly a century, they prospered. But in the decades to come, most of it would be erased in the name of progress, just not theirs.
The Venables came in and started stealing the blacks from their homes and driving them away from their homes. And then as they did that, the community got smaller and smaller.
Today, the farm where Matthews grew up is a strip mall.
Is it hard to believe that this community that you grew up in is now this?
Yes, it's hard. This was home at one time. And now it's everything else but that.
Down River Road, the 102-year-old Moses Macedonia Baptist Church, wedged between a bank and a high-rise, is the last visible remnant of the once thriving black community. Marcia Coleman Adebayo is the pastor's wife.
Everyone asks me, what is this little black church doing in the middle of downtown Bethesda? And the question is, what are you doing here? This church has been here for 102 years.
Now, another sacred piece of the community's history is in jeopardy. The land where the Moses Macedonia African Cemetery once stood is up for sale.
So we're going...
Harvey and Marcia believe this area, bulldozed and paved over in the 60s, is the resting place for as many as 500 ancestors.
We will fight every single day to make sure that you are remembered and you're respected.
They formed the Bethesda African Cemetery Coalition and won a court injunction blocking Montgomery County, which owns the land, from selling it to an investor. The County Planning Commission has appealed the ruling.
Well, we say you stand on holy ground.
The dispute highlights a growing nationwide movement by descendants and historians to find, preserve, and memorialize black burial grounds, often the only remaining proof of lost black communities.
This struggle is a struggle demanding, not asking, but demanding that our humanity is respected, and we are determined to win this struggle.
And And our thanks to Tremaine for that report. The Bethesda African American Burial Commission has been granted a temporary injunction blocking Montgomery County from going forward with the sale of the cemetery land. They want it to be given back to the descendants so they can build a museum or memorial. In a statement to NBC News, the county says it is working on getting the facts about the cemetery and will be working to get a, quote, unbiased professional archaeological study of the site.
Now let's get to the latest on that controversy that's hitting TikTok.
Yeah, Indiana's AG, Attorney General, sued the social media app yesterday, accusing its parent company of exposing children to mature content and not disclosing that China could access its data. This marks the first time a state has actually sued the company.
Yeah, attorney and legal analyst Angela Senadella joins us now. Angela, good morning. Thanks for joining us. So, there's been a lot of drama over TikTok, kind of like rumors. Is it going to go away completely? We're seeing some states enact that. So tell us, what do these specific lawsuits allege? And then also, how has TikTok's owner responded?
So both the lawsuits allege deception, and the first is regarding child safety. So they claim that they are 13 plus and thus appropriate for teens between the ages of 13 and 17. But if you're actually on the app, you see there is so much content that is extremely mature, whether or not it's sexual or has to do with alcohol or drugs or tobacco. So what this lawsuit is alleging is that this material is not appropriate for teens. And so the actual complaint says that it is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Similarly, with data security, it's the same thing, that even though they claim the data is not being pushed to China, if you take a look at Chinese laws, Chinese government is allowed to actually access any U.S. affiliates data of a Chinese-owned company. So TikTok has not fully responded yet, and we'll really see what they say.
We mentioned this is the first time a state has actually filed suit against TikTok, but we've also seen Texas Governor Abbott and Maryland Governor Larry Hogan ban TikTok on any state devices that government employees have access to. So should we expect more states to follow suit? Is this a growing trend?
It's absolutely going to be a trend, but frankly, it's not just for TikTok. It's for all of social media and user-generated content in general. But yes, we will see other states watch what's happening with this lawsuit, see whether or not TikTok implements more safety barriers to help teens, and then we'll see how they react.
Angela, we've also seen the federal government struggle to reach a deal with TikTok over these growing concerns specifically related to national security and the ownership of the TikTok app. There's been rumors, as I mentioned before, the former president had discussed banning it outright. Could it ever get to that point where the app is banned in the U.S.?
I don't foresee that in any immediate future. Obviously, who knows with the next presidential administration, et cetera. But almost all tech companies just compile all of our user data. And if you're going to ban TikTok, you're going to then have to ban almost any app or any technology that could be accessed by China, which means if China owns anything, we're going to have to ban it. I don't foresee that happening. That's a massive step, but we'll see what the future holds.
Good information there. Angela, thank you so much. And coming up, a special dog with an important mission.
Yeah, we'll introduce you to this very good boy who is warming the hearts of kids and vets alike. This is Morning News Now. Welcome back. Another star has been added to the dazzling cast of upcoming Wicked movies. Variety reports Michelle Yeoh has been cast as head mistress Madame Morrible. The film adaptation of the beloved Broadway musical and prequel to The Wizard of Oz is set to be released in 2 parts, coming Christmas 2024 and 2025. So you have to wait a little bit. The cast also includes Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda. It tops a great week for Yeoh after she was named Time Magazine's Icon of the Year. That cover was top notch.
Yeah, and I just love that specific title for her, Icon of the Year, right? You know, amazing. Well, that's very exciting. Thanks, Kathy.
Yeah.
Now, we end this hour with the story of a therapy dog whose disability isn't holding him back from helping everyone from kids to veterans. NBC Nightly News anchor Lester Holt brings us this story.
Well, he's on a mission of compassion and acceptance, the hero dog inspiring America. Cole has a gift and loves to share it. Cole is a therapy dog who happens to be deaf.
A disability is not an inability.
A pit bull mix, Cole was born without the ability to hear. But that hasn't stopped him from making an impact with veterans and students.
And we've been able to go around to dozens and dozens of schools and to present Cole's life story about discrimination because of his breed, about the fact that he was unadoptable because he was born deaf.
Cole's owner, Chris Hanna, teaches at one of those schools in New Jersey.
How do the students react when they meet Cole for the first time?
It's fun to watch barriers just come down.
Right.
They become themselves, they become who they are, and any inhibitions or any kind of emotions that they were feeling instantly change.
Cole was just named the 2022 American Humane Hero Therapy Dog. Hannah acknowledges the challenges with this kind of breed and the public perception, but says this is one more thing Cole is teaching: tolerance.
Just because there's something a little bit different about you, that's what makes you unique. That's what makes you special. And so looking through the lens of Cole's eyes, kids are really grasping onto that concept.
Okay, well, wasn't that so sweet and adorable? And any chance to look at dogs. Absolutely. All right, Lester Holt, thanks for that.
And that does it for this hour of Morning News Now.
But the news continues right now. Stick with us.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.